Ohio Democrat Dennis Kucinich, wingnut, said, quote, "The attack on collective bargaining rights is a choice, not a budget issue." How does Kucinich know? He's not in Wisconsin. He's not from Wisconsin. He has no idea what the hell's going on here. These guys were just given talking points from probably Gwen Moore's office or Tammy Baldwin's office and ran with them. And one of the biggest questions swirling in the room that unfortunately no one asked was, what the hell business is it of yours, Mr. Congressman? See, this is why I'd be a horrible politician. You've got a bunch of Democrat congressmen asking Scott Walker, questions about what he's doing in Wisconsin. Hey, what I do as the governor of the state is what I do as the governor of the state. I don't have to defend any of my choices or decisions to you or this panel. And I think most people most people in the public, most Americans don't get this. The governor's not, he doesn't have to answer to a congressman. So few people know about the separation of powers anymore, the different levels of government, who's responsible for what, and what they aren't responsible. So many people look at a congressman and think, well, he's a leader of America, so he or she must be able to poke their nose into anything, and it's all their business. No, it's not. I've talked repeatedly on this show over the years about one of the biggest problems that we have in government. It's that lawmakers overstep their bounds, overreach their duties, overreach their parameters. This is a perfect example of that. If you're on a fact-finding mission to determine why states are facing so much debt and what might be done about it, okay, that's why you called Scott Walker to D.C. But if you're going to claim to know what's going on in Wisconsin, or think that because you were elected to a different branch of government by maybe 100,000 people in an entirely different state, that you want to now swagger around and act like you've got some power, stuff it. If I were Walker, I'd say, I, as governor of the state, am far more powerful than you as a congressman, so you can kiss my cheesehead. That would have been my response. Really, Walker doesn't have to justify one thing he has done to this gaggle of clowns in D.C. And to have a whack job like Dennis Kucinich, who's never done a thing that you could call worthy or constructive, act all superior, it'd just be too much for me. Kucinich asked at one point, how much does ending the collective bargaining rights save Wisconsin in overall dollars? The answer should have been billions, Congressman. Potentially billions, because without any taking away collective bargaining privileges, we can't get unions to budge on any concessions. They've proven themselves to be impossible to negotiate with. They've corrupted government by using taxpayer money to further their own goals, to buy politicians, and we're ending it in Wisconsin. If you don't like that, Representative Kucinich, kiss my cheesehead.